with it. Got him! Hey guys, I'm just going to show you today how me and Corey make our apple cider. We do hard cider and we also just make fresh apple juice to drink. So this is our process. And we're going to be using a garbage disposal as well to grind up the apples. Cut the apples up, half them, something like that size. If it's small like that one, don't even waste your time, just throw it in. So we do that, we half them all, and then we bring them over to the garbage disposal here.
These are all foraged apples from our neighborhood, but if you aren't near an apple tree, feel free to buy them from the grocery stores. I find the organic kinds have usually the better flavor, and there's a whole range of different types, and some make good ciders and some don't. Okay, so once all your apples are cut up, you're going to put it into your sink, and then flip on your InSinkErator. Make sure that you're careful with your fingers. You don't want to put your fingers down there, so that's why we use a stick.
So this is an old sink that I found at the hospital or something when I was working there. And what I've done is I've put an InSinkErator or a garbage disposal onto the bottom of it. And that's how we grind our apples up. The setup was $80 for the garbage disposal. Oh, yeah. So anyways, guys, what you need really is pretty essential stuff. A couple good knives. A couple of bowls to put your apples in after you cut them, and a couple cutting boards, and the buckets, just some good, food grade buckets, and if you can get them with spouts, that's even better, because then you can, once you transfer the pulp, you can reuse these without have to sanitize them again. So we're going to leave the pulp in the bucket overnight to let all the sugars come out of the apples. Basically start rotting and fermenting, and then we might leave the pulp in for a few days, we might not, and then we'll bring it over to the apple press and show you how we press all the juice out of it.
Ignoring me. My booties. Hi. We just did some apple pressing? No, we just did some apple pulping. We will do the pressing later. But I just wanted to try our last cider we did, which is called Thornycroft Explosion. And it was an explosion because we didn't wait long enough for the fermenting process to be done. So cider is pretty unpredictable and volatile, especially because we collect our apples from like the side of the road, basically, in random trees. So we had it in the bucket, we thought it was done, we bottled it, and then it started just popping off the hizzy, basically. It was exploding. So we opened all the bottles, put it all back in a bucket, and then let it finish. And that's why this is called Thornycroft Explosion. It's a combination of lots of different ciders that just weren't quite done. So let's open it, and we shall see what it tastes like. Oh, I should probably read the label for you. This is an 8.1% cider, and we bottled it, exactly 1 year ago. April 2019. Aha! No explosion this time, because we prefer our cider still to minimize the explosions. So, here we go. Oh, it's so heavy. What size is this? a liter. This is a liter bottle. I can't even like pour it with one hand. I have to like 2-year-old pour it. So cider usually gets quite a bit of sediment, but this is quite clear because we let the sediment settle twice. It's got a little bit of fizz. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see it? Yeah, okay. It's got a little bit of fizz. It's a nice pretty amber color. I think we did throw in some like random blackberries that we had, so maybe that's why we have a darker color here. I also think we had some pears in here because we have a pear tree growing on our property, and the reason we call it Thornycroft Estate is because we live on Thornycroft Road, and all of the apples and pears that went into this we found on Thornycroft Road, so that's why. And they're all local. It's a really strong fruity smell. It's quite sweet the first hit, and then it goes quite dry. My mouth is salivating. It's like really refreshing and really bright. And yeah, it's absolutely delicious. I think this is probably the best cider we've done. So we used sugar in this, and we used yeast. The very first time we did cider, we didn't. We decided to use wild yeasts that were naturally on the apple peels. And it turned out okay. Quite dry though. But this time we decided not to mess with anything, and so we used cider yeast and sugar, as I said before. But yeah, bottoms up. Cheers.
Hey guys, so we're back here 2 days later with our apple pulp, and it smells really, really good, and I'm ready to get the juice out of it. So this is our setup here for our apple press, and I made this a couple years ago, and it's just basically 3 rings and some plywood all screwed in a circle, and it took a while to get it right, but we finally got it right. And so then we also have this little tray here, and underneath this is the solid base, so you need a real solid base in the bottom, otherwise you're just gonna break things. So we have it set up like that, and this is just a press that we got online, and you can buy them. They just call them shop presses. Alright, so we'll show you how this thing works, and this is the piece for the top, which goes in like this. Okay, and then what we do is, this piece is very important here, this double plywood piece, because what happens is, you need a way of securing the top edge nicely. So that will sit on top like that, and there's a little arrow on there so you know which way to go. So if you can see that, it sits like that, and then you stack things on top of it to get it up. But we'll show you how it works. Hey guys, so this is the apple pulp. It's been sitting for 2 days, and it almost looks like it's starting to ferment. You can see the bubbles. And it smells super sugary. It's unbelievable. Okay, so just put that aside a minute, and we'll get this set up. So what you need is a big muslin bag like that. It's basically like a big tea bag. You're just gonna stick that in there. Okay, just like that. And we have 2 of them, just in case. And you want to put your bucket there. And I forgot to mention, on this tray here, there's a little hole that's right there. So when the juice comes out of here, it drains into this tray and then into your bucket. So make sure you sanitize everything too. Everything's always going to be nice and clean. Okay? Alright, so what I'll do is, I'll take this here and make sure everything's ready before you dump that in, because the liquid is going to start draining immediately into your bucket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you. Take this, just start dumping it in slowly, if you can.
Slowly. You can.
sometimes it helps if you have a helper, but I don't. Okay, just like that. Okay, and you can see the apple juice already coming out. So we'll do this in 2 batches. We'll do 1 bucket at a time. Don't want to get crazy. And that's the apple juice coming out there. Alright, so get it all out of there. Alright. Alright, and then just spread that even on top. So it's as even as you can get it. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, the first key step is this wooden piece here. Okay, and there's an arrow here. What you want to do is you want to line that up with the mark. Is there a black mark there? Okay, so that goes there. Like that. Oh, actually like this. I almost forgot about that. Key step. Okay, line the mark up. Put your other piece in. It's going to be a tight fit. Okay, yeah, that's in there now. You can see there's some juice flowing pretty good now. Right, and then you want to take some blocks of wood. I got some blocks of wood here. Fit them in there. Get them in. Okay, put it. Now I got a big hunk of steel here. Put that in too. Usually you have this filled right up, but we're just going to do it in 2 batches. Alright, and you want to put everything in. Alright. Okay, and let me grab my jack. Sometimes you need a little bit of something underneath there just to give you a little bit more height. Because we're so deep into the pressing mechanism, you just kind of gotta. Sorry. Now we can get full stroke here. Okay, and then we're just gonna start pressing slowly. You don't want to overflow the tray, but it starts going really quick. You don't want to go too fast because then you risk ripping the muslin as well on the inside. You want to give it time for the juices to escape before you overload it. You can hear it just squeezing it out. See, my piston's almost maxed out here. So what I'm going to do is, just going to release the pressure, pull this piston in, and just wind that up, so we can get a little bit more out of it. Okay, and tighten it back up. Just go again. Okay, well I can see in the inside the muslin is starting to push up through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. Put it aside a minute. Pull this out. Basically you got to pull it all apart just to fix it. Okay, so I'm back in order here. And I'm just going to do a second little press here just to get as much juice as I can out of this. Okay, and just go again. See, and the juice is coming again. But I'm kind of gonna be maxed out here real soon. Oh, actually, real close already because this is a bolt over here. But we'll go until we just get it. That's it right there. And normally we would fill that completely up with pulp, but we had 2 separate buckets and Just wanted to kind of show you how we do it. Alright, that's how we do it. That's our setup. Okay guys, so you remember how many apples we had from the beginning. We've got, this is a 20-liter pot, so we've got, I'd say, just over 15 liters, something like that. I'm going to pour 10 into this bucket, and we're going to save 5 liters just to drink apple juice, fresh apple juice. And that is going to be alcohol. So that is for drinking, and that is for alcohol. Cool. Then you put your lid on. I'll put the yeast in a little bit. We'll check the gravity. But you just want to keep the bees out, keep the bugs out. Okay? Meow Meows, what are you doing? Meow Meows.
Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.